So, from what we learned in the past, I'm just going to review it. Yalbish u'malbish harishon. The first garment that we should put on in the morning, es talis katan, is the talis katan, which is tzitzit, where most of us wear underneath our shirt. Shelo yelek arba amos below tzitzit. We should not walk arba amos, 4 amos, which is around 1.5 feet for each amo, without wearing a talis katan, without wearing our tzitzit. Now we have a talis gadol, which is a talis, and talis katan is what we refer to nowadays as tzitzit. We should not walk 4 amos without it. So as I said yesterday, we should have by our bedside a valet or something that we can just put on the talis katan right away. All right? Ulefi she'adayin ein yadav nekiyos. Since he puts on the tzitzit prior to the netilas yadayim, and therefore his hands are not yet clean, lo yavar halach. He should not recite the blessing upon the tzitzit at this time. So, the order that we learned so far, we wake up like a lion and we say, Modeh ani lefanecha. All right, we say that right away. Then we reach over to our spot next to us, a valet, whatever we have, we put on our talis katan, and then we wash our hands. Now, I mentioned earlier in the last video that you saw how to wash our hands. Now we're going to learn halacha, how we get it done. As you see, I brought with me a washing cup to demonstrate. There's no water in this washing cup because I do not want to make a mess on the shul's floor.
Rabbi, I have a question about the
yes.
order. Why don't we wash our hands immediately after Modeh Ani and then put on the talit katan?
We're going to get to that.
Oh, Modeh Ani, say that we don't sleep fully dressed. I mean, is it all right to daven in our underwear for something like that?
Well, usually we're covered with a blanket. You know, I don't know if you sleep with a blanket or a sheet. Most people sleep with a blanket or sheet. We should be covered up. There's different halachas that we hold by, and different people hold by different halachas according to, there has to be a separation between the top half of your body and the bottom half of your body. Some people say it's the band in your underwear. We have elastic in our underwear. You know, some people, I know Hasidim, they put on something called a gartel, where they wrap a woven belt around them and they tie it, so they have that separation. Some people say it's our belt is our separation. You know, so there's different halachas that go by it. I say ask your local Orthodox competent rabbi what you should do. I personally hold that I usually say it with a blanket around me, so there is a separation. And I like the belt factor because that's actually something you put on and it's around you. I don't wear a gartel. If you notice on Shabbat, I don't wear a gartel, but the belt is sufficient enough for me. And I say, the lenient view is elastic in, the underpants.
Are you standing though, or can you?
You're laying in bed. You wake up like a lion. You roar like a lion. You don't actually do it because I don't want you waking up Michelle. George brought this up yesterday that he doesn't want to wake up Judy. But all I'm saying is that you don't get up there and go roar and Michelle will go ah. No, we don't want that happening. Okay, that's something we don't want happening. But you wake up with the desire of a lion who's prancing on that impala. With the fire inside you. You refer to me and the Rebbetzin as a tiger and a tigress, but like that. Like, the fire is inside you and you're waking up strong, and then you raise yourself up to the heavens. Yes, I'm being dramatic. And you say, Modeh ani lefanecha, and you say it. You don't have to say so loud. Shalom bayis, peace in the house comes before everything else. But you say it to yourself in a way that you're inspired and you feel it inside you, and you do it like that. Yes, Robert?
And that's what I was talking about before when I said what you had said. It's not as easy when you're my age.
No, it's not as easy. And you know what? When things are not as easy, when things are not as easy, you get the greater mitzvah. And that's one of the things that can fire you up. You wake up and you get that crink in your back, which I get because, in my back it's not perfect. Or you get your crink in your neck or whatever it is. You say to yourself, you use that pain that you have to know that your mitzvah is even greater. And that's what you say to yourself. You could be cynical and negative and say, ugh, I'm in so much pain and whine and complain. Or you can say, I'm in pain. I'm going to use that pain and let adrenaline rush to my brain and say it clearer. I'm using that pain as a catalyst to say modality better. Reach over, grab your tzitzit, your talis kata, and you put it on.
Do you need a kippah when you're doing modeh?
Yes, I would say that, you do put the yarmulke on your head.
Sometimes.
There's some people who sleep with a yarmulke on their head. I know my father-in-law did. I see the issue where there's a shluff kapya that they have the hats with the thing that hang down, the little wool ball at the end, As cool as they are, some people wear it. I know Hasidim wear it at night. They have a big yarmulke that covers up the whole head. Before I take any questions, I do want to continue with the next...
Could you have a tzitzit with the hoodie?
Yeah, I guess.
That would solve your problem.
For CC of a hoodie, yes. So let's continue. Netilas Yadayim Shachar Hu B'derech Zeh. The procedure for the morning Netilas Yadayim is as follows. So this is halacha. This is how we do Netilas Yadayim in the morning. Okay? There's halacha and there's a way of doing everything. And we're going to learn in the Mishnah Berurah, from tying our shoes, from using the restroom, and from waking up in the morning, there is a way of doing things. Now, there's some things that we're not going to understand. Why do we not do things this way? Why do we do things this way opposed to another way? Why do we tie our shoes one way? There's reasons for everything. We might not understand it, but there's a reason why Hashem wants us doing it this way. And if we have an open mind, we'll be able to understand it a little bit better. Okay? Notel es hakli b'yad yamino. One takes the utensil filled with water in his right hand. We first pick it up with our right hand. Next, v'nasno lishmolo, and then he places it in his left hand. So, once again, we pick it up with our right hand and we place it in our left hand. Okay, so right now it's in our left hand. V'shofek techila al yad yamin, he then pours the water first onto his right hand. Okay, we have our hand out like this. Some people make a fist. You can go like this, whatever feels comfortable to you. Okay, but you want to make sure you get the surface of your hand and you pour the water. Okay, onto your right hand. V'achar kach notel esakli b'yamino. And after he takes the utensil filled with water with his right hand, v'shovek al yad small, he pours the water onto his left hand. So, we pour the water into our right hand, we bring it back to our right hand, and we pour the water into our left hand. He should do this 3 times. Demonstration. Pick up right hand, put it on our left hand. 1, 2, 2, 3, 3. Now this is a small cup. Obviously you want to use one that's bigger. And if you do run out of water, you can always fill it up. Now you want to get a larger cup so you don't have to fill it up. There are people who say that if you fill it up with water and overflows, then it's a sign for having a longer life. But totally, lam ad perak is proper to wash your hands until the wrists. So we want to get that water to touch our wrists. Okay? That's one thing that we want to do. Ach b'sha'as hadachak. However, in a pressing situation, you wake up, you have to run, whatever it is, you have to catch your flight, whatever it is, your alarm clock doesn't ring, your daughter doesn't come in bed, you're an extra crink in your back, Rob, whatever it is. Dai ad kishrei etzba'a osav. It's sufficient to wash your hands until the knuckles. Okay, we wash our fingers. Because remember, we learned before that our fingers are the only ones that are really tameh, which is impure. V'roches panav l'kdod yisro. One should also wash his face in honor of his Creator. So we wash our face. We want to be clean. Shenamar, as it says in Bereshis, Ki b'tselem Elohim asa es ha'adam. For in the form of Hashem he made man. V'gam yerchotz piv. He should also rinse out his mouth. Take some water, rinse out our mouth. Now, hopefully we brush our teeth anyway. Okay? Mibnei haririn sheba Sokol, because the stale saliva that builds up inside it overnight, halitosis, bad breath. Shetzarich lahazker es Hashem hagadol b'kedusha uvtahara. since one must utter the great name of Hashem with holiness and purity, v'achar kach minageh yadav. Okay, when we say like Hashem's name, we should have it pure. We shouldn't have bad breath. We shouldn't have halitosis. Imagine, when you first get married, there was a comedian, I think it was Bill Cosby, that said that when you first get married, you jump out of bed, with your wife, and you run to the bathroom and you brush your teeth really quick before your wife wakes up. And when she wakes up, you look at her and you say, "Good morning." And you're able, and she smells your breath and she thinks everything's perfect. This is the way it is to wake up next to your husband. But as time goes on, you stop doing it because you get used to her. When you wake up in the morning, you have that dragon breath. I think that's the word he uses. Good morning. But our relationship with Hashem should never get so stale that we're fine with our dragon breath in the morning. We wake up and we want to serve Hashem. We want that sweet breath. We want that minty crest feeling. I actually get paid by Crest. That's why I use Crest as opposed to Aquafresh or anything else. But we want that sweet smelling breath to come out when we say Hashem's name, not this disgusting stale saliva that we've used before. All right? Okay. Hashem's name with purity. Afterwards, he should dry his hands. After washing his face, he should take care to dry his face well. We don't want to go into shul with wetness on our face. Sometimes we do sweat. But we don't want to come into shul with, some of us have beards, and Baruch, you have a long beard. You probably notice if you wash your face, there's sometimes you got those drippings still on. I get it with my small beard. You don't want to walk into shul dripping and looking, like a schlump. We want to look like a mensch. We're here to serve Hashem. All right? We dress like a mensch. We wear clean clothing like a mensch. We don't have water dripping from us, creating puddles underneath us when we're davening Shemona Esrei or when we're learning. We don't want this to happen. We want a clean mouth. We want a clean face. When we wake up in the morning, you see a person wakes up in the morning, they don't look perfect.
Pretty bright tie-dye.
Okay. Thank you. But you have the mark of the pillow across your face. It's beautiful. You have the mark of the pillow on your face because you slept on the pillow wrong. You're not presentable. When we're coming to serve Hashem, we want to be in our best looking, in the best frame of mind. We put on clean clothes. We're going to learn later on that we have to be clean when we daven. When we go into Hashem, we want to be clean. We want to be our best. We're going in front of our emperor, our king, and we go in front of someone that we respect. We're clean. All right? Thank you for that. Rabbi Jack is going to be starting his Daf Yomi shir, and I'm going to be going up here with my Pirkei Avos shir. Feel free to join me.